And you've been there for this historic moment. We really can't just describe how significant this move is, Hadley. And I'm curious what the reactions were like on the ground, not just from the women you've been speaking to and driving with, but from the broader societal view as well. Do you think the country as a whole is excited for this? Because undoubtedly there are going to be some segments that say, whoa, things are moving pretty fast here.
Absolutely, Nancy. And it's interesting to note, of course, that we had these last 2 years where we've seen so much momentum in terms of moving the society forward. And I think that this just speaks to the broader picture here in this kingdom, which is that this country's history and its present continue to be tied to the price of oil. I mean, essentially, those 2 years of lower oil prices really galvanizing the country's crown prince to put this Saudi Vision 2030 in place. And really, that's actually the main driver of women moving into the workforce, this two-income household model, and certainly with what we're seeing over the weekend. Let's listen in to what some of them had to tell me. So just moments ago, Saudi women finally taking the wheel. You've made history. How does it feel? Today, women in Saudi Arabia can finally drive.
Is this exciting to be able to drive?
Yes, I am very, very happy.
It's just the latest move by the country's crown prince to transform a traditional society into a 21st century economy.
Saudi Arabia has come a very long way, actually. Right now, with the new Vision 2030 that we have in place, with His Royal Highness announcement 2 years ago, we've seen things accelerating significantly.
But today, Saudi women make up just 22% of the country's total labor force, with the government hoping to boost those numbers to 30% by 2030. And while the government hopes that putting women behind the wheel will finally cut down on an over-reliance on foreign labor, they also hope it means added economic opportunity. Regional ride-sharing service Careem was one of the first companies to get on board, aiming to sign up as many as 20,000 female drivers by 2030. You decided to become a captina for Careem?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? Because I can do it. Women have been ready for that challenge for quite some time, because women have been, they're slowly integrated into the workforce. And by workforce, I also mean just, I mean in every field you see women now, but it wasn't commercialized, it wasn't talked about. So now it's going to be more visible.
It's breaking down barriers, isn't it?
It is.
And while those rapid reforms have finally put women in the driver's seat, questions remain over how quickly the Saudi Vision can deliver. I think it's really important to point out there, Nancy, that there's so many women that we spoke to over the last 24 to 48 hours who, they have advanced degrees. They're looking to do any kind of work in the kingdom because they say that this is important to show that women can work, that it's socially now acceptable for women to be in the workplace, and they're thrilled to be able to take to the road for that reason, if none other. But it's been interesting, of course, to see this from the perspective that I'm coming from, which is covering the region for the better part of a decade and seeing so much progress for women in particular just over the last 2 years alone.
Yeah, Hadley, I love when you asked the driver there, why do this? And she said, because I can. It's a brilliant package there. Thank you very much.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.